Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and I want to start by saying massive thank you for all the responses on my last video. Thank you so much for all your words of support, for all the likes, all the comments, all the subscriptions, all the conversations I've had in person. Amazing response. I'm so grateful for everyone taking the time just to sit and listen to me grumble a little bit. Today though, I want to get on with a video that is a little more on theme with what this channel is going to be about, which is why today I want to talk about D&D or tabletop RPGs in general. So if you've ever played any D&D or if you've played any kind of tabletop RPG in general, you probably know that there's going to be two types of players that are at your table. You've got the ones that say, I'm going to kick down the door. And then you've got the ones that say, I'm going to stand behind the barbarian and just see what happens. Today we're going to talk about those two styles. We're going to talk about proactive versus reactive role-playing. These are two play styles that can change the way that your game flows, how the story develops, and how many times your party gets sidetracked by a suspicious-looking baker. So whether you're new to the hobby or whether you are a seasoned GM, or if you're just wondering which one you might be, stick around. This could completely change the way you play. Probably not. So what's the difference in plain English? Well, proactive players take the lead. They decide what they want to do. They chase their characters' goals and they make things happen. Reactive players respond to the world around them. They wait for the events to unfold and they make decisions based on what the GM throws their way. Let's put this into an example. It's cold, it's dark, and it's wet. The inn is a welcome sight for your party. As you enter, there's a mysterious hooded figure that takes note of you as soon as you walk in. Now the proactive player is probably going to respond with something along the lines of, I walk over, I sit next to them and say, you look like someone with dangerous work. Lucky for you, I'm broke and terrible at saying no. This player is pushing the story forwards. They're making that NPC important and they are steering towards that adventure or a bar fight. The reactive player might say, I grab an ale and see if the figure approaches us. If he does, I'll listen in. This player is letting the world happen around them, and that's not bad. They're keeping things for the GM to surprise them with and letting that tension build. Neither of these is wrong. Proactive players make the game feel like they are the main character, whereas reactive players make the game feel like it's a living world and they're just a part of it. Think of it like dancing. Sometimes you lead, and sometimes you follow, and you just try not to stand on the wizard's robes. Let's talk about why proactive role-playing can be awesome. First of all, you get to flex your problem-solving skills. Proactive players think creatively. Instead of storming the fortress, maybe we can sneak in disguised as caterers. And sure, why not? Bring your own snacks. They are in control of their character's arc. Do they want to become the realm's top dragon poker player? Sure, chase it. No one's stopping you. It's also super engaging. They're likely to get more invested when they're driving the events instead of waiting for things to happen around them. And they also end up creating these unique scenarios. The story might go somewhere completely unexpected because of their choices, sometimes in ways that the GM didn't even plan for. But it's not all +5 swords and free loot. Sometimes it can be quite overwhelming. If a proactive player doesn't know what to do, they can feel stuck, like they're walking into a fantasy IKEA and they've got no shopping list. It's also a lot more work. They might be thinking about their character's goals between sessions and emailing their GM with their backstory ideas. And it can also get a little bit chaotic. If you've got every player chasing their own goal all at once, the party's going to split faster than the Scooby-Doo gang. Now, let's flip the table, figuratively, please, and look at reactive role-playing. First is that the GM does the heavy lifting. I know a lot of GMs like this, and the players can just sit back, relax, enjoy the ride, and that means it's low pressure. Perfect for when you're a little bit tired or just here to roll some dice or eat the snacks. It's also full of surprises because the reactive player never really knows what's coming. It can make moments feel more exciting. And it's also a great learning tool. They can explore the game world without feeling like they need a 5-year plan for their characters. But, of course, there is a flip side. Reactive players can often feel passive, like they're just sitting back and watching a movie. It can also feel like they have less agency. Their characters can end up reacting to events instead of getting to shape and mould the things that are happening around them. And if the GM isn't throwing enough at you, things can stall faster than a bard that's run out of heroic inspiration. So there it is in a nutshell. Proactive versus reactive roleplay. Proactive players drive the story forwards, whereas reactive players respond to the GM events. Proactive players often enjoy player-led games, while reactive players are going to enjoy a more GM-led experience. Proactive players often have more character goals. Reactive players are often just looking for those plot twists and challenges that the GM throws at them. The important thing to remember, though, is that neither is better. It's about what works for your group, unless your group consists entirely of murder hobos, in which case Good luck. So which style should you use? Well, honestly, best tables blend both. A proactive player is going to want to hunt for that lost artifact, but the reactive player is going to want to be there when that GM throws in a plot twist where somehow the artifact is cursed and now the town chicken thinks that for some reason it's a god. If you're a GM, give your proactive players place to explore their plans and give the reactive players some hooks that they're really going to want to sink their teeth into. And if you're a player, try dipping into the other styles now and then. If you're usually proactive, then sit back and let the GM surprise you. Or if you're reactive, maybe set a small personal goal and just see where that takes you. So that's it, the difference between proactive and reactive role players. Thank you very much for watching this video. Remember, drop a like if you found it useful and let me know in the comments, are you a reactive player or are you a proactive player, or maybe you're somewhere in the middle? And if your group has ever completely derailed a GM's carefully planned campaign, well, share those stories as well, because I guarantee we're going to want to hear them. I'm Ian, this is Candlekeep, this is where adventure begins. Thank you very much for watching.